What if I told you that the reason that Ciara doesn't get a lot of support is because she's married, she has a family, and she has a husband?
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
So before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Today we're going to be talking about Ciara and why they cannot relate and why her music isn't doing so well. So one of the reasons why, Ciara music isn't going so well because they want Ciara to still be that same girl in the club, the same baby mama that was chasing out the future. Okay, because after she glowed up, even though she did have a lot of support, everyone was saying that they want to do that Ciara prayer. A lot of her fans kind of turned their back on her because they just can't relate. Number two, they're mad because it didn't happen to them. Like, how many times do you ever see like a baby mama actually get put on by a rich man, a richer man, and then sit you down and have a housewife? What actually happens more common than you think, but you need to ask those women what happened to their friends when they find out that they actually got a husband and sat them down. I'm pretty sure they lost their old friends because of jealousy. So since Ciara's main fan base are women, some of them have this weird energy towards her, which I do see a lot online. And since they cannot relate to that, or they mad that it never happened to them, they would never really fully support her like they should. Now, they'll definitely lie and hype her up on the internet, you know how they do, but as far as like spending them coins and that money to actually support Ciara, no, they're not doing that. And that is because since Ciara is now a married woman and everybody knows that her husband is successful, they feel as though that she doesn't really have the need to do music. She's actually doing it because she wants to do it. But people fail to realize that she has her own life as well. The reason number two as of why, Ciara music is kind of blah. It's kind of blah because it seems as though Ciara is still kind of stuck in her goodies era. I mean, she did have some good hits, especially with that song she had with Chris Brown, and then she had Love Up. But these days it seems like that she's still doing like the same formula. I do feel like that Ciara should switch some of her music up, especially since she has changed and grown. I feel like that she may be worried about losing her core fan base, but I feel like that if she incorporates some real love songs and stuff like that about how she feels when her husband's gone, because I feel like people forget that her husband is gone a lot of the time because he still plays professional football. Now, if you never did a basketball player or a football player, then you wouldn't really understand that they be gone for a while, especially during on season. So Ciara is definitely at home taking care of those kids. Then on top of that, she has to spend time with him, fly to games, then try to do her music. So she's very, very busy, and I feel like that she should make some music towards that genre, people with families, people with children, instead of just catering more to all the girls that are trying to dance in the club, because I feel like that people don't really want to hear that as much because they don't feel like that she can relate. Or I feel like that maybe sometimes, she's living vicariously through her music, and this is why she's still stuck in that one era. And I'm not saying that she shouldn't do her, dance music, but I feel like the new single that she had out with Tyga called Dance With Me, I'm not really feeling it. It wasn't really hot. Like I said, it just seems like something that she already did before. So I feel like instead of her trying to rush to continue to push out music, I feel like that she needs to focus on the quality of her music and try to get more fans, but also refine her sounds. Let's get into number three, why they cannot relate. They feel like that Ciara pretends like her life is so perfect. I also see a lot of people online talking about her relationship, but first of all, y'all need to mind your business and stop trying to be in everybody's business. Now, I understand that she is in a public relationship, but y'all be hating so bad, it's crazy. And like I said, Ciara marketing is towards women in general. And I feel like that this is kind of sort of working against her because people feel like her life is so perfect. The reason why Beyonce even came out with that whole Lemonade album, because she had to break that perfection, as everybody thought that Jay-Z wasn't cheating on her. So she dropped that Lemonade album to let everybody know, I'm just like you. So everyone is pretty much waiting for that ball to drop when it comes to Ciara and Russell's, relationship. And I feel like since there's like not any problems, or she's not talking about her problems, people feel like that she's living this fairy tale, which makes it seem as though she's not relatable because people are not perfect. But I'm pretty sure that Ciara's going through, her relationship problems just like anyone else, but it's not y'all business. I feel like now when it comes to music, like the fans want to know all your business, and I feel like that I miss the gatekeeping. I miss where, celebrities don't really have to go online and tell them all their business, because I feel like the fans or the supporters want to know way more than they need to know. And I feel like in Ciara's case is kind of hindering that. So what can actually help her in her next rollout or her next single to kind of make her, break through a little bit more better, instead of, throwing out what she has been throwing out? I would definitely say have like a very vulnerable song, like A Letter to My Man, or, I'm blessed to have my children, or leave your kids at the babysitter, like we still going out, we still going on vacation. I feel like that she needs to be in the mindset of risking losing her old fan base in order to get a new fan base, a new, congregation of supporters to be able to, continue her success. Because if she continued to still, fuel that old fan base that hold that resentment towards her, she's just going to continue to do what she has been doing, and not seeing great results as she wants to. But regardless, Cece gonna be all right.